Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction for chapter 299 of Boku no Hero Academia. Extremely excited to read as always, but let's just jump into the macadamia as I really want to just read. Okay, so we're actually starting with a flashback. Interesting. I only saw heroes on TV, so they were pure fantasy to me. No more real than anime. Keigo. Oh? You snuck into town and thought you'd get away with it, didn't you? Why, you little... Keiko, the name sounds familiar. 299, like those tragic tales. What did you do there? Huh? Did you sell me out? To who? You can't fool me. Okay, so this is Hawks then, because his dad was a villain. I think we got dropped recently. My feathers were all tingly. I thought maybe something was happening in town, but the tingling stopped, so I turned around and came home. Nobody saw me. Don't you dare lie to me. Don't go talking to anyone. Don't leave this house. Don't do a damn thing, in fact. Dear, the TV won't work. Huh? Like I give a crap. Hey, don't leave, okay? Then, find my next job for me. Years ago, my dad killed someone over pocket change. Mom harbored him when he was on the lam, and that's how I was born. Move it. How many times have I told you? Don't turn your back on me. I'm sorry. Relying on Tomie's quirk was a mistake. Worse than that, she got herself knocked up. If only that little punk had never been born. Then I'd still be free as a bird. Hey, don't leave, okay? I knew my parents were broken inside, so I sat there and endured, hoping to avoid their fate. He was arrested. Huh? What now, Keigo? He stole a car, left, and got caught by Endeavor. In that moment, fantasy became reality. Heroes were suddenly real to me. This is really cool. I love like a lot of this panel composition, and I really feel for Hawks with his parents. Like, they weren't like over the top mustache twisting like actual villains. They were just like poor, broken people. And of course, that's not an excuse for him straight up murdering a dude, but like, the point is, it's a very realistic kind of fucked up, you know? And it looks like her quirk, she has eyes floating around her in that one panel, so it's like a Gada's tuning exam shit. Stole a car and left, got caught by Endeavor. Okay, I read all that. Gotta run away. When the shock wore off, Mom got scared that she'd be charged for harboring a fugitive, so we left the house that very day. But my mother didn't have the wherewithal to survive in society. Let's go to the police. I love, again, the cage knocked over. This is really good. I tried to go about things the right way. Fine, whatever it takes to get us some money. You're your father's son, aren't you? Why were you even born? Why do you even have those wings? And he's holding the Endeavor doll still. We'll provide comprehensive support for you and your entire family. My entire family? Does it look like there's anyone else? As part of that support, we will erase any connection to the name Takumi and allow you to start over. Hawks. Oh, so this is interesting then. The name Takumi, I'll have to go back and look. Is that why Hawks was surprised? Did Dabi use the name Takumi? Is that why Hawks was surprised when he said his name that time? Because remember, back when I first read it, I was like, why would Hawks be surprised that he knew his name? It seems from like other chapters and storylines and stuff that the names of most of these heroes are kind of just public knowledge for whatever reason. That's really cool. Hawks. Just sleeping? Good. I feared you'd passed on. Will arrive shortly. The fucking Genist mobile! Best Genist is so dope. Oh, this is great. Sorry, I get to snooze while you don't. He's typing it out on his phone. Indeed, without the medical achievements of Central Hospital, you'd still be hovering between this world and the next. For instance, the procedure to induce a death-like state, inspired by the Nomu, which I wasn't all too keen to receive. Even now, my body is like worn distressed denim. Sorry about that. I suggested it since I knew a cheaper trick wouldn't fool them, especially with the guy responsible for the Nomu lurking behind the scenes. Okay, so he did actually fake his death then. Like, it wasn't a body double or anything. It was actual genist, but he was just faking it. But it was a success, and I delivered your supposedly dead body to Dobby. He went as far as having your corpse identified, but since you were really you, you passed the test, and he bought the story. Then he suggested we hang on to your body until it was the perfect time, which led to your preservation at one of the facilities they control from the shadows. Okay. So I like that we're going back in time to make this make sense a bit. And it makes the League not seem like idiots or anything. As it happened, I secretly revived you at the perfect time for us. Brace yourself. Skirt, skirt! Oh my god, freaking genist is hilarious. He's mumbling. What's wrong? Nothing much. Just some loose threads that need mending. Revolution time. Starting today, the Glutton God Gang rules downtown. Fiber on. And he just straight freaking genist mobiles them without even getting out. We see this sound effect. Scree! Oh my god. No more scarfing. Glutton God Gang. Genist is so dope. Thanks for saving me. Apologies, my poor health necessitated this bombastic capture method. Where are the police and your local heroes? They ain't coming. The cops have got their hands full with the escaped prisoners, and all the criticism lobbed at heroes, made them close up shop and skip town. Who needs heroes anyway? We see a guy with a thingy on his hand? I shall have to assign some sidekicks to this neighborhood. Here too. Interesting. Or is that part of his quirk? Sort of like Ida's engines? And we're seeing a bunch of random citizens and such. Girl on the left kind of cute. Okay. Not the giraffe, the person, whatever that is, the person beside it. Which is it? The big one in the back. Before I recover and show my face in public again, there's something I need to confirm. And the sign says Ukai. Oh, Mom. Okay, I was gonna say is that his mom, but then it gets answered next panel. That's a massive fucking room. That room's like the size of my house. Has she fled? Probably bigger than my house. And there's a note. Dear Keigo, I'm so sorry. Some horrible men barged into the house and threatened me about our family, so I had to tell them about you and your father. I'm really sorry. I don't want to cause you any more trouble, so I'm leaving. Please be well. I'm so very proud of you. Okay, so she ran away, and that must be how Dobby did know his, real name then. So, Dobby sent some thugs who somehow followed the trail this far. Listen, little Keigo, as of today, you have to say goodbye to your name. I figured the leak must have come from Mom. How painful. Like a pair of too tight skinny jeans. No. Erasing the Takami name already severed any ties between us, and I was fine with that. Not saving her and turning my back on her. Me, a guy who wants to help people. All this just came back to me. It's actually a relief. And it's so cool how similar Hawks' story is to Shoto's here. Well, not literally. I'm in rough shape. The Safety Commission is effectively shut down for now, so there's no one around to issue orders. I'm free of my shackles, so are they going to get to go full vigilante? Your father doesn't need to know about this. I wouldn't stop whining about getting out of the house, so she did it to shut me up. This one's fine, right? The All Might dolls cost too much, so she would sneak him out. That's so adorable. Let's hope you grow up as strong as this guy. But that simple act, genist, when a person's backed into a corner, or when they're truly free, that's when they show their true nature. That's why I think that Bubai Gawara was a decent guy, who was just desperate to be helpful. And I feel the same way. Why do you even have those wings? And we see him saving people as a kid, just walking around and hugging his Endeavor plush. Even if what Dobby says about the Todoroki family is true, I know things are different now. Well, what's your move? There's a lot for me to clean up, starting with my origin, so to speak. Endeavor's in trouble. This chapter did more to make me like Hawks than the entire rest of the series up until now. What a dope chapter. That was so good. That was some Beastars level single chapter storytelling. Like, I always say that Itagaki Paru is the master of single chapter storytelling, but that was really, really good. That was so dope. Like, I love Hawks' backstory. It's one of my favorite ones in Hero Academia now. This makes me love Hawks so much more as a character. I love the ties that it has to Endeavor and Shoto's story. And, like, again, showing him saying, like, Twice was a criminal. He was a villain even, but he was just a guy who wanted to be helpful. And seeing that, again, Endeavor did some really shitty stuff, but at his core, we've seen multiple times that Endeavor has changed, and he was always a very misguided person, which is what was making him a bad person. So again, it's more on this story of that people can change, and that sometimes people who are bad have their reasons, and if it's like what we learned multiple times throughout the series of all it takes is one bad day. All it takes is the difference between somebody being there for you, like Izuku was for Shoto, to change you into like a really good guy, or somebody not being there for you, like people weren't there for the people in the League of Villains, that can turn you into a villain. So, again, I really like all of this. We're getting really deep into the themes. Plus, Best Genist was great. The Genist mobile, I loved it. This was a really fun one. So either way, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I mentioned this in the One Piece video. I got a bunch of other stuff coming. I want to start streaming my reactions to the Jump stuff other than Hero Academia and One Piece. I want to keep them as their own separate videos, just because they kind of just... I feel like they're better off on their own. People watch them more on their own. And recording versus streaming, it doesn't really matter either way, so I might as well just keep going as I'm going, because who needs to read chat the whole time and potentially get spoiled while I'm trying to read this. But that aside, what I was trying to get into was I also want to read Kimetsu no Yaiba or Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen. I just don't know whether to read them first and then watch the anime, or watch the anime first and then read. So if you think I should watch first, let me know. If you think I should read first, let me know. If I read, I might do read-through videos, and if I watch, I might do a review every 12 episodes. So it just depends. What do you think you would enjoy more video-wise? And more importantly, I guess maybe, what do you think I would enjoy more as my first introduction to each of those series? Because, like, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I would like to see, like, if you would like to see me do read-throughs of the manga, but you think the anime is a really better introduction to the series, then it's probably better that I do the anime so that I can go into the series with my best expectation, or like my best impression, you know? But yeah, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, ask and I'll give you a link. It's free and open for anyone. If you want to help support the channel on Patreon, it very so much does help, and it's patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.